Hello, welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be teaching you the best duos drop spots that are most likely to remain uncontested this season. And even if they are contested, I'm going to teach you the exact off-storm strats to win each and every one of them. For drop 1, we have an interesting one. This one involves a strategy afterwards I'm going to tell you about. If we're going to start by landing here, you're both going to land this building, in particular on my ping right here. Super good place. I call it Paddington Station. If you guys want to become a pro player, make sure you check out the link in the description for the Destiny Jesus Solo Superstars. I'm personally on the course and I've improved leaps and bounds, and I'm on my way to getting a lot of PR. You get coached by top tier coaches and also top tier pro players, such as Muzz, Bolt and many others. Check it out and read through it and let me know what you think. As you can see, I've got an absolute heater of a drop for this building. It is easy for me to win this off spawn because I've got the best drop. The building's actually changed a little bit since last season because it's now a completely different style and the style of the new POIs. But the reason why this house is so good, there's nothing really on the ground floor, so you both want to land upwards. But the reason why it's so good is because it does have a hollow chest, an Avengers chest I believe, or it might even be a Doom chest. I'm pretty sure it's Doom. Yep, the green chest right here symbolizes the Doom chest, and you got some Doom propaganda around the room. But the idea is with the Doom chest, you're going to end up with a good loadout straight out the gate. As you can see, I've definitely ended up with that. And that means if people do land the other side of the POI, as a duo, we've got more loot than them. Easy. Even if I had a duo, he'd have a gatekeeper shotgun and also the dual micro SMGs. So it's still pretty stacked. So you want to get done with that pretty fast, and you want to straight away run out the house like this. There is a vault in this area. You want to quickly farm like a couple builds so you can beat the duo that's landed the other side in a fight. There might not even be another duo, but this is just in case. Most likely they are going to be down in the vault. There is 2 chests down here, but if they're not, you can just block off the front of the vault and you got 2 more chests. That's even more of a loot advantage because now they've only got like 3 chests, 4 chests between them, so you're going to have a gigantic loot advantage coming into this fight. The buildings are pretty easy to navigate. This one is literally just a square, so if they are hiding somewhere in this one, i.e. the roof, it should be pretty easy because the roof is literally just a hollow bit up here. The other one is even harder to hide in and has even less loot. It's just a 2x1. So these players will be pretty unstacked. You'll be able to come in, finish them off, easy as pie, take your spot, and all of a sudden you've got great loot. But what is the plan from here? Well, I'm not expecting the train to come in here, so I'm just going to ignore it, because normally you wouldn't get the train coming in at this exact point once I finish looting the POI. However, you are going to follow the train track. The train track is super important here because it's going to lead us to our next key. This is great if you're in a key game or if you're in low elo, because you can easily land it and then key someone off it. So you're going to follow these train tracks up, and you can see in the distance coming right up. It's 3 guaranteed chests. These chests on this train track have a 100% chance of chest spawn. So if you don't have full shield with your duo, you can also get these slurp barrels up here. But the idea is you rotate around here because now you've got 3 more chests, and also it gives you an opportunity. So once you've looted these chests, you should look down on here. Now the Doom chest that normally spawns here hasn't spawned, so that is an opportunity gone. Normally if this was unlooted, you could go down here and get the Doom chest. But if there is someone at this house, then it's an ideal opportunity to key them, because you definitely have the best loot out of these players, and if you're in a key game, then it is super good. Push the house, make sure you cover every angle so you don't get snuck up on, and then just take them out. There is definitely good loot here, but if you take them by surprise, you can definitely take them off guard. And that is the premise of how to do this drop spot. It is 180 meters away from the original location, and a lot of bad teams do land it. So just key them, get your 3 points off rip, and then you'll have 2 POIs worth of loot, and you can just completely go on to win the game after that. I know it's a little bit of a complicated one for drop number 1, and drop number 2, 3, 4, and 5 are equally as good though, trust me. This one is the tried and tested, but with a twist. It is normally down here. This is the POI I'd normally tell you to land at, but today I'm going to tell you to do something different, because as you know, this season introduced the interesting quirk of the Doom chest, the Avengers chest, and all of the above. You want to land on this mountain as a team, both of you. have to land on this mountain. You want to get good drops because I think this mountain, if people are landing this spot, will be contested. I'm not entirely sure though. Obviously the tournaments haven't been so far this season, so you're going to just want to play a little bit on the safe side. Get a good drop every single time. If you want to learn how to do that and get a drop map, make sure you go click the link in the description. It's the best drop maps on the market and it helps support my channel. So you can see the Doom chest did spawn and you're going to have to fight the bots. So I'd recommend you both landing up here, or like one of you landing up here so you can grab the chests, because people will be landing nearby you. So if you have the chest straight out the gate, then that means they can't contest you on the mountain. You could also try, as people are gliding in, maybe hit a couple shots on them gliding, maybe even knock them. But then once you've done that, the idea is you come down here, you take out the bots over here. They can be a bit of a pain to take out, but once you took them out, the Doom chest is all yours. And you guys know how good Doom chests are. They're very, very consistent with the loot they put out. 2 guns, blue or more rarity. And you guys know how good that is, to be honest. It's very, very powerful. And having a job that has a Doom chest is gotta be like top of your priorities this season. A Doom chest just automatically increases your loot. It automatically gets you better weapons. It automatically gives you a slight advantage in fights against teams that haven't landed a Doom chest. Once you've done that as a team, you can then run up the mountain, you can then take a pad, or you can just use shockwaves, that works as well. And you can get down to this POI. More than likely, you're both going to have some weapons, so you can instantly land through this building, and there's slurp barrels in case you're not 100-100. This is by far the best room in this entire POI, and a lot of people don't know it. But if they do know it, they're going to be here. So it's kind of a good way to find people in this POI. But also, if they're bad players, you can easily just take their loot off them. So run through that door I told you to, then run around here, and you can just find it. It is so good, bro. It is so good. There's 3 chests up here, and there's also slurp barrels all around the room. There's a chest over here. There's a chest that spawns normally over here. It is amazing, and it has so much loot. But anyway, this POI is good because it has the metal, and that is a main spot you can be landing. At the top there is just like a 30-second thing at the start of the game, so you can just get a bit of loot advantage over the opponent to then come here and fight them. More than likely, if there's more than 2 teams, they will be fighting when you come down, giving you the extra advantage because you can third party them. Right, that was drop number 2. Let's move on to the third drop of the video. This is a little split drop. I know I said I would prioritize Doom chest, however this one is just too good. You're both going to attempt to land this building. However, if there's no one contesting it, one of you is going to dip off to the beach. So you're going to have a little split drop going on. So you're both aiming for this house because this house can get contested 100%. It's got 5 chests, a couple slurp barrels. It's a good house. It's very good actually. But in the middle you have this little metal place which is really good. That's why if you don't get contested, one can land beach, one can land here, then you push into the middle, get the metal. It is a very good off spawn strategy. However, if you are contested, this spot is super easy to fight at if you just have the best drop. If you have the best drop, it's a guaranteed win every single time because all you have to do is just get the chest up top or get the gun up top, and then you can just follow the guy through the building. Up top here, I just got an AR and a green gatekeeper, so it's just a guaranteed win if anyone were to contest me. This is a chest through here, we get that. There's also a little basement that has some gun crates in. That's what makes this spot so good. Well, one of the things that makes it so good. There's a blue pump here and there's also a purple orc. It is actually wild because the gun crates are a very good spawn rate as well. So having them is a guaranteed good piece of loot at the start of every game. So let's say we split this spot. I have this loot coming out as a player, which is obviously great loot. Let's be real. Let's not lie to ourselves here. But we can then go to this POI and get the metal. There's also more chests in case you didn't have enough loot. I'm not sure that was an option, or I always be finding the best drops for you guys. You will have enough loot out of this place. But this spot is ideal for metal. You can both get almost cap metal from this place. Very useful. Each one gives about maybe 10. And they're very quick to farm as well, so you can just get them done nice and fast. The other player also has a great drop on their hands. None of the weapon crates, but they do have some great loot. They have a lot of chests basically, and there is also a pad down here for rotation. Each house has like 2 chests, which means they're very close together. In my opinion, the drop up there is better due to the guaranteed gun crates. However, this drop is still okay. It's still pretty good. That is why if you are contested, you want to land the top drop though, because it is better. You'll get better guns. You're more likely to get like a blue sovereign or a purple gatekeeper, and therefore more likely to win the fight. That ensures, you know. Obviously, we want to stay uncon, guys. If we pick good spots that are gonna be uncon, then that's good. But you always want to be prepared for that level of contention, you know. You always want to be prepared for when you are contested. Being contested should never come as a surprise. You should have a plan for being contested 100% of the time. And if you don't, you're not prepared properly and you deserve to lose. Just my hot take. But the good thing is I'm giving you these off-spawn strategies, and that is the thing. If you are pushing this spot here, you want to try break the pad maybe, because then people can't pad away from here. They're pretty much stuck. With no nitro this season, they are pretty much stuck and at your mercy. So just be wary of that. That was drop number 3. These are getting very good, to be fair. Next one is one of my personal favorites, and it's one of the ones I know very, very well. Make sure you remember to go in the support create shop and put in code JKC. All of these skins coming out, the FNCS pickaxe coming out soon. You're going to want to have my code in to help support my channel if you found this video useful. It's just JKC, super simple, and the item shop is updating every single day, and superheroes are even back in the shop, so you're going to want to get it. Okay, almost a very simple drop here. So I recommend that you both land down here. This spot is receiving an unnecessary buff this season, and it means that this spot is a very good spot for a nice duo to land. It's got superior loot to the other sections of the POI, and also has a Doom chest. That's not a guaranteed spawn, however it is a 75% spawn. So it's still very good. All of these drops, guys, get the best drop. It is mandatory to get a great drop off spawn in order to win. And I'd recommend checking out the dropmap.net drop maps from the link in the description. You can see I have an absolute heater of a drop here, and it doesn't look like the Doom chest is spawned. It is the same set one as the one over here. It has the bots around it, and it spawns right there. There's also a chest that spawns here. As I said, guys, I do know this POI pretty well. It has about 8 chests or so, and there's normally a chest up here as well. We're getting very unlucky with our chest spawns here, and therefore, if you want to see what loot we get out of here and times it by like 2 or 3, you're very welcome to. The good thing about this drop is it definitely has options. For example, if the spot up here, up this mountain, is not contested, then after we finish looting our drop, we can easily go get it. There's normally a chest here, and there's normally a chest here. Every single chest is not spawning right now, and we still have a loadout. That is actually crazy. As I said, this spot over here isn't normally conned in duos. So if you finish looting this area, or if you come in and you see no one's landing here, you might be able to help your teammate kill the boss and then loot up here. Up here is actually okay. It's got about 4 chests and 2 of them are guaranteed. This game we have 3. And we've also got some slurp barrels here in case you want to get max HP, and also a massive brick here so you can get good mats up. Then rotate down the zip line. This is all of it remains uncon, chat. If it's conned, then I'll let you know what to do, okay? I have a little backup plan in case you have no loot. That is good. A lot of slurp barrels there. 100 easy for your teammate. If you have no loot from this spot and the top part here is contested, then there's a very simple thing you can do. You see this hut down here? This hut actually leads to a different spot with a little bit more loot. So this shouldn't happen very often. You are going to get a good look on this spot at least 9 out of 10 games. And it is very unlikely that the amount of luck I've just happened has happened. Let's think about it. The chest spawns are 50%, and about 3/4 of them haven't spawned, which is very unfortunate. So you're going to come down this mountain right here, and this is a backup in case all else fails. In case this spot is conned, this spot is conned, and all of the other spots around the POI are conned. You're going to come down here, you're going to slide down this mountain. There's a hut here with a chest in, I believe, a chest and an ammo box and a slurp barrel. But you're going to loot that quickly. And down here there is 2 slurp trucks, a lot of slurp barrels and cat metal, and also about 4 or 5 chests down here on this little boat thing. And especially in duos, who is actually landing this spot? There's not enough loot for a duo, but if you split it with a different spot, it is good. And the 2 slurp barrels means that even if you come here on 1 HP, you can get to 100 without wasting any bit of shield. This is a great drop, and one that I've landed at previously before to great success. And now it is time for the next drop, the 5th drop. This final drop is a kind of split drop again, and this one's a bit interesting. I'm going to explain it to you. So what's going to happen here is it's very unlikely to get contested. You're going to drop in 2 different spots. One player is going to land here, and one player is going to land here. This is 2 very close-ish spots, and I'm going to show you this one first. So you can see from here that the drop is pretty simple. One of you can even land on this mountain. So you land on this mountain and the teammate lands here. So you've got like a split on this doom chest in the middle, which is obviously great. This spot has a ton of metal and is very, very awesome, obviously. Metal is always very hard to find, so having a lot of metal is a upside. The chests are going to be underneath the POI, but there is some floor loot spawns and some chests outside of that. Again, this spot is very unlikely to be contested because a lot of players aren't smart enough for split drops. That's why you guys are watching my video. You guys are smart enough to land these split drops and not get contested and get good placements every game. So there is a couple chests in here. I think there's 5 chest spawns in total. I think we got 3, so not the worst thing ever. But once you finish looting that, add this teammate who's landing this part, you're going to come around here and we're going to kill the bots on the Doom's chest. When you have 2 of you, this is going to be very easy because you have 2, you don't have to waste that much ammo between the 2 of you, and you don't even need to shoot them, to be honest. You could just literally get the chest on its own. But this is the chest, and you can see if we were playing as a team, we'd have 2 gatekeeper shotguns, purple. We'd have a gold monarch pistol, which is a crazy gun all in itself. And even if you didn't have enough loot, there's simple ways you can get more loot. There's a chest down here on the boat. There's also the place where your teammate landed. And there's also this spot down here that has about 4 chests. And then there's another chest up here by the boat. If you don't have enough loot, even after all of that, then it's honestly a good option to do that. Someone might have even landed here because it's a little bit more popular. So you can rush them with 2 purple gatekeepers and a monarch pistol. And also all the ARs you managed to find throughout the game. But this is like the easiest key ever. This is living Fortnite in easy mode. Purple gatekeeper, bro. Like, what can they even do if you decided to push them here? What can they even do? Like, they're just attacked in the house. They're just gone. So gone. An absolutely beautiful drop that has absolutely impeccable loot. That was the duo drops for today. If you want to learn the meta or how to master the new movement of the jetpack this season, click on the 2 videos on the screen right now. Also check out the Destiny Jesus Solo Superstars, link in description, and just read through it, and if you want to purchase it, I won't blame you. It's crazy. In a bit guys, have a wonderful day.